So a bit closer look at the RF function on the 3 Series MDO. I've set up just to zoom in on the actual screen of the oscilloscope, and I've got a mouse plugged in, so hopefully I won't block too much of a view. You can see we're set up for multiple peaks. At the moment it's found 5 of those peaks. You can change the setting on those peaks by double clicking. Peak markers is switched on. At this moment it's just looking for 5, so I can change that up to a higher number. Let's go to 7. Enter that. And you can see it's flashing around a little bit, struggling to pick that one up because it can't actually find it. We're on the about 50 dBs, and that's the threshold limit. So if I turn that one down, change that one down to and now it can find them much easier. You can see it's flicking between 49 50 dB up here on the top. That's not going to help, is it? And obviously you can change those threshold values and the number of peaks to suit what you're looking for. This particular one has a maximum of 11 peaks you can go to. So we're back on a single pulse RF signal. We can have a look at some of the measurements available. There's 3 on this particular scope. Channel power is here, adjacent channel power ratios, and occupied bandwidth. You can only have one of these displaying at any one time, so some of the signals turn on different waveforms. If you go back to the traces available, so this particular one's got normal and averaged on. You can have max hold, and you can have min hold, and you can have all of these on at the same time, but obviously it gets a little bit confusing. You can change the number of averages if you want to, and here you can manually turn on the spectrogram if you wanted to. So let's have a look at, just swipe signal away to get rid of it, and let's look at channel power, and channel power turns on the average. Probably all turn on the averages. You can as well change settings on some of these to change what you're actually looking at. So this is turned average on as well. Yeah. So all the measurements seem to turn on the average signal trace as well. Okay, so we'll look at some of the other signals. This is the spectrogram signal, and there is a demo for this, so we can switch to that and let it sort itself out, and you'll see the spectrogram starting to be produced at the top half of the screen. It takes about a minute-ish to go through a full sweep, so we'll let it do that. I'll speed up the signal so we're not seeing you watch it for a minute, but it's the same repetitive pulse signal. Okay, so once we've got a full screen, so once you stop the signal, you can then look at each individual slice. There's a little marker down here that tells you where you are. You can actually drag this up with the mouse, or you can do it with your fingers, or there is the A control button on the actual panel, which you can't see at the moment, but that's there. You can also view it with that as well, and you can step through. And oh, you can scroll with the mouse as well. Oh, there you go. So I've got a scroll button on this mouse, and you can scroll with the mouse and page your way through. Look at whichever signals you would like to look at. So what I also have on this board is a frequency hop signal as well. Let's go down to him. There's my frequency hop. And you can see him jumping about all over the place. So for me this one kind of works better with the spectrogram than the the actual proper spectrogram signal does. But we'll let him run through and then we can have another look at them. Okay, that's that one run through. We'll stop him again, and again with the same, you can now scroll through looking at the individual areas that you might have. Okay, so there's one of the pulses there at 2.4 gig. Got another one down at 2.39, 2.39 again. Contrast back up to 2.4. And back across, so you can start to see the pattern generate across the frequency hop. 10 megahertz span. I'll just change that up to double the span and see what else is there. Okay, so this is the span now doubled on the frequency hop signal. You can see there isn't much outside. The 10 megahertz is probably okay, to be honest. Give him a stop and have a look through the slices. He finds his mouse. There it is. So 2.39, 2.4. Yeah, there's not much. Yeah, signal right over there at 2.3948. Yeah, quite a variety of signals coming from the board for you to page your way through and have a look at. Yeah, so that's demonstration of the spectrogram and the RF signals off of the Tektronix Demo Board onto the 3 Series MDO.